Welcome back to the Between the Headset podcast with yours truly, Jalen Connor, the comedic voice of sports intelligence. Thanks for tuning in today. Let's get into today's episode. And they gotta see my boys. Hold up. They gotta see my boys. And y'all see I'm sweating too. I'm hot. I'm making a sacrifice, bro. I gotta show my boys off. Like, oh my god, like with the nice Philly gray, like this the Philly gray. This the Philly gray. But let's get right into it. First things first. Make sure this thing's on. Second things second. Miss Angel Reese. I ain't gonna say I owe you an apology because like I knew you can hoop. I know you a hooper. Like you've been doing this your whole life. You feel me? That's what you do. You are in the WNBA. But I must say, you said, hey, I'm not skilled, but I'm gonna just do what I do. I am a dog, and you are a dog. 25-16 against the face of the NBA, Miss Caitlin Clark, on 67% shooting. Excuse me, y'all, for my gum chewing. You feel me? It gets me going. 25-16. Never mind. 25-16 on 67% shooting for Angel Reese against the face of the NBA, and she looked dominant, bro. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a young Shaq. You know they both went to LSU. Shaq a huge fan, but like she looked like a young Shaq out there, just simply outworking everybody and just wanting it more, bro. She led a 15-point comeback. Just pure energy on both sides of the floor. Last episode, I came here and said Angel Reese, she sucks, this, that, and third. Now, y'all, let's relax, bro. Angel Reese clearly does not suck at basketball, okay? She is in the WNBA. When I say I am speaking on the terms that, like, she's just not very skilled, all right? I know she is a great basketball player. She brings a lot to the court, but I'm just being exaggerated. This is what I do. I talk. Sometimes I hate, sometimes I love. You feel me? It's how I go. But Angel Reese came out here and she proved that, hey, I don't need to be that skilled. I don't need to be that skilled. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna just outwork everybody and outworking the other team always. Oh shit. Sorry, Angel. We about to move on from you anyway, but outworking the other team always end up in a W. Ooh. Y'all see the orange though? Like, yo, the orange is popping though. Like, good looking Jordan on the call on the orange. I was gonna get the black ones, right? But my man's, he said, nah, get the orange. And the orange popping. Let y'all get a close up of that. Let's get right back into it though. So Angel Reese, great outing. Feel me? I knew you was capable of it, so I ain't gonna come here and act like my whole mindset changing. Nah, I still feel the same way about you, but good game. Sha'Carri Richardson, she going to the Paris Olympics. Let's go, Sha'Carri. I'm a big Sha'Carri fan, y'all. When she was getting all that hate, you know what I'm saying, for marijuana, bro. I'm like, bro, come on now, bro. Like, let's not act like this, everybody. Like, come on. So I never changed up on Sha'Carri. I'm a part of that community. Hold on one more time. I'm a part of that community that never switched up on Sha'Carri. And she is truly like she really might be the fastest woman in the world. Like she's doing it consistently now. Like every time we see her, she winning. And that's what being a great is all about, man. So Sha'Carri Richardson, 10.71 with 100 meter dash with a 10.71 time for the fastest time in the world this year for women's in the 100 meter dash, and that was in the finals. So she has booked her ticket to the Paris Olympics like we all knew she would. Paris Olympics start July 26th. I can't wait, man. A couple names I'm excited to see. Sha'Carri for sure. Simone Biles, that's probably my favorite Olympian, period. Simone Biles, Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm super excited to see this OP men's Olympics team we about to see. Excited to see Noah Lyles again, you know, after all the controversy last year and all that. And I'm most excited to see my young boy from Maryland, Quincy Wilson. Mr. Quincy Wilson sets a under 18 world record with 44.66 400 meter dash in the semifinals against I believe they were all under 18. And he set the record and of course finished in first place. But then he doubles down the next day against all grown men and beats his own record of 44.66 and finishes up with 44.59 in a 400 meter against grown men. And he came very close to winning that race. He ended up coming to third place, but it was tight. He came down the end, came around that curve, man, and he gave it all he had. And that this might be, not even might be, they said fastest teenager of all time. I'm not gonna say that because he does run a 400 meter, which is like a long, it's technically a long distance race. So I won't say he's the fastest teenager ever, but as far as 400 meter, he is the greatest 400 meter teenager we have ever seen. And he's from Maryland. He's from Bowie, but he's from Maryland. So we from the same place. So uh let's give a round of applause for Quincy Wilson setting the record twice in one weekend, which is crazy. Like the amount of work he must put in to be able, the amount of mental work first and then physical work he must put in to be able to just, grit it out when you feel like there's no more left in the tank. Like these are records, like world records that have been set for 42 years, man. Like this is a generational talent we're seeing. This young man is only 16 years old. Um, he speaks with great decorum, great body language. Like he's a very positive person, and you see that you can tell that he's just a blessed individual, and he exuberates that energy onto the world. So I'm excited. I hope the men's finals is coming up actually tonight. Um, I'm gonna definitely tune into that because I want to see how he does, and I hope he qualifies for the Olympics, man. To see a 16-year-old running in the 400 meter in the Olympics, that would be just absolutely amazing to watch. And just the factor of not knowing if he's going like what place he could end up in. Like imagine he actually could win it all, like because he like if y'all have to watch this young man run, bro. He's running against all grown men, and he fit right in. Like so, he definitely has the possibility to be able to win the 400 meter Olympics. So I'm excited to see him. Um, so back to the sports that I usually get into: football, basketball. I have a great question for you all today. We talking football, y'all. This just dawned upon me, and I was like, why not bring it to the people? It dawned upon me this morning. I seen a picture of Odell Beckham Jr. and then randomly Deshaun Jackson just came to mind. Mind you, if you don't know, Deshaun Jackson is my favorite receiver of all time. I'm an Eagles fan. Uh, he's arguably the most dynamic receiver of all time. So y'all get it. As a young guy watching the Eagles, just watching him fly up and down that field, it was amazing. Excuse me. But the question I had was Odell Beckham Jr. versus Deshaun Jackson. One, who's better? And two, who would you pick to start your franchise? We're talking about arguably two of the most dynamic receivers that has ever played the game. One dynamic, like they're both dynamic before they get the ball and after, but one specifically most dynamic before he gets the ball, Deshaun Jackson, with his wheels, and then two, Odell Beckham Jr. In my opinion, I don't think he gets enough credit for this, but he's one of the most talented, dynamic people with the ball in his hands after he catches the ball. We know his route running, all that is superb. Like he's an A-list receiver, maybe S-list in his prime. But what he could do with the ball after he catches it, his ability to just get elusive, just his feel for the field is my favorite thing about Odell Beckham Jr. So my question to y'all is, who is better and who would you rather start your franchise? And I'm gonna give my take. Deshaun Jackson is the greatest deep threat we have ever seen in the sport, like hands down. Like this man has won a whole season with averaging 22.5 yards per reception. Like that is insane. He leads the NFL all time in 60 plus yard touchdowns, I believe, and 70 plus yard touchdowns. Like he is by far the greatest deep threat ever. And on the other hand, you have Odell Beckham Jr., who had one of the greatest primes ever that I have seen in my lifetime. And it was his first 3 seasons, which is insane. His first 3 seasons were probably the arguably top three, not even arguably top three. I probably got to give him top three first 3 seasons in the NFL ever. And when I do these comparisons, I don't really want it to be a statistical thing because we could all just go look at the stats, you feel me? See who had better stats. But no. We at the lunch table talking football and comparing our favorite receivers, man. Who are we picking? But I will give y'all a little base of, what their career looked like. So Odell Beckham Jr. Career games played 110 games, 566 receptions, 7,932 receiving yards, on average of 14 yards per reception, and 59 touchdowns. As we know, he is not retired yet. He just signed with the Miami Dolphins, and I believe he's going into what would be what year is it? 2025. It would be like his 10th or 11th season. Deshaun Jackson, he played 183 games, 641 receptions, 11,263 yards, and an average of 17.6 yards per reception and 58 touchdowns. Mind you, guys, that's 17.6 yards per game. Like, he played a 16-year season. Like, of course, he wasn't like his prime wasn't his whole career, and he still averaged 17.6 you feel me, yards per reception. Like, that is amazing. And it's actually funny that this comparison just dawned on my mind this morning, because when you look at the touchdown total, Deshaun Jackson is at 58 and Odell Beckham is right at 59. So, hey, I ain't saying I know sports. I ain't saying like I'm not saying like I got a podcast like on sports or nothing, but like, I know a little bit here and there. So like, they touchdown totals similar. So for me to compare them, like, that don't mean like, I know who's good at, nothing like that. Nothing like that or nothing. But yeah. So with that being stated, like, of course, Odell Beckham's stats are looking a little bit, on pace to look a little better. Yeah, they're on pace to look a little better. But Odell Beckham has been like a wide receiver for his whole career. And like, Deshaun Jackson is like kind of like a specialist, a deep ball specialist, or like a fast route specialist. Odell Beckham, he does the slants and all that. So talent wise, yes, I will say Odell Beckham is probably more talented than Deshaun Jackson. Yes, I will say that. As far as who I want to start my franchise with, you can even get a cornerstone piece with Deshaun Jackson and the deep threat, which is like the 3 ball in basketball. Like, you need a deep threat on your team, a big playmaker. Like, that's how Tyreek Hill is making his money. Of course, aside of his other skills and route running now, but that's how he's making his money. And then in OBJ, you got somebody that's just dynamic with the ball. You just get him the ball and then watch him work. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say I'd rather start my franchise with we gotta put injuries in the part two. In the play too. All right. We ain't gonna go 2 stats, but injuries in the play too. But you don't know that when you starting your franchise with them. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Odell Beckham, man. Give me Odell Beckham to start my franchise with. These are also 2 of the most swaggiest receivers we ever had to play our game. Deshaun Jackson, his swag doesn't even have to be stated. Like, he was so swaggy that his own coach believed that he was really his own coach really believed that he was really a gang member, this, that, and the third, and all that. We don't know if it was any racial behind that, but yeah, he was that swaggy, man. He was like Lil Wayne AI, one of those guys. OBJ, on the other hand, he is trending. Like, OBJ is trending. If you look up Odell Beckham Jr. in the dictionary, it says trending, like, literally. He started the blonde mohawk, all that, the one hand catches, the dancing and stuff, all that. Odell Beckham is this generation. He is Gen Z, literally. But yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm gonna go Odell Beckham Jr. Both of these receivers are probably like 2 of top 5 most influential receivers that I've ever watched in my time, and influential on their on their generation as a whole. So I just want y'all to just sit back, think about that. If y'all got any other comparisons in mind, any position that y'all just just pops up on your mind randomly, drop a comment, and maybe we'll dissect them. We'll dive into them. But I want this to be a thing. We just throw 2 random players together, see what we think. But moving on. We're moving on to the end of the episode. But before we conclude this episode, we can't end until we talk about our Get Us Cool player today. And today, this is a player / coach / GM / absolute genius. Danny Ainge is our Get Us Cool player today. And y'all saying, yo, Sid, why is Danny Ainge why is Danny Ainge? Cause Danny Ainge is literally a mastermind. The Boston Celtics do not win the 2024 NBA Finals if Danny Ainge was never a part of this organization. Let's go back in time. 2013, the season right after LeBron two-peated, I believe. The Boston Celtics broke up their core that they won the 2008 NBA Finals with. Everybody's looking at Danny Ainge and the rest of the organization like, what is going on? Why would you let go of Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry when they still got some left in the tank? Of course, they're no longer in their primes, but they were the cornerstones of the organization. The fans loved them. It was the biggest move in Boston Celtics history. They trade them three big pieces to the Brooklyn Nets for a lot of other no-names casuals that really haven't done nothing with their career. So it ain't even no point in me figuring out who they are. And I hope you don't waste your time figuring out who they are either, because you're going to find them and then you're going to read their thing and you're going to spend more time finding their name than you are reading what they done in their career. So, yeah, one of the biggest trades in NBA history. And the Celtics were able to get a barrage of picks out of that, barrage of first round picks, key first round picks. All right. Danny Ainge. Well, everyone thought the Nets would be good, right? They got Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Terry now. Everyone but Danny Ainge and the Celtics organization. They were the masterminds behind it all. So out of that trade, the Nets end up doing horrible the next couple years with these old guys, and the Celtics end up getting their first round picks, which happened to be lottery picks. Oh my God, how did that? Oh my God, oh my Hebrews, how did that happen? So yeah, and then by look at the draft, the Boston Celtics select Jaylen Brown. The Boston Celtics select Jason Tatum. Yes, they were able to select both of those guys with the number 3 picks, I believe, in back-to-back drafts in the 2016 and 17 drafts. If not, it was the 2016 and 2018 drafts. They were able to get back-to-back pick number 3 with the cornerstone guys of their franchise today. That is insane. Like, bro, really think about it. Like, these guys were literally, they knew they wanted these guys before these guys even knew they wanted to go to the NBA. No, not true. They probably knew they wanted. But you get what I'm saying, bro. Like, how, bro? Danny Ainge has to be from the future. Like, how did he know that the Nets wouldn't work out? How did he know that Jaylen Brown would even be what he is today? He was getting Jimmy Butler comps. I know Jimmy Butler is tough, but you know, you don't usually go for Jimmy Butler in your top 3 picks. You want to go for like a generational talent. Jimmy Butler isn't a generational talent. That's all I'm trying to say. But I believe that's a great comp, by the way. But yeah, you get Jaylen Brown, a smart kid coming out of California. Not a whole lot of star power, but you could definitely see he's a great baller. And then Jason Tatum out of Duke. I mean, that's 6'10" guy out of Duke. Why not, right? But it's just crazy to put in perspective that Danny Ainge seen all this coming before it even came. Maybe he didn't know what year the Boston Celtics would get back to the finals, or that the team would be this loaded and this good. But the fact that the moves that he made 10 years ago all correlate to their next championship is amazing. He seen the time was up with the old guys and it was time to bring in something new. And what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. It ended up working out. So Danny Ainge is our get his cool player today. And with that being said, that's gonna be a wrap for episode 13 of the Between the Headset podcast. Thank y'all for the love, support, all of that. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'm gonna give y'all one more look at these brand new pillows I got, y'all. I love these, y'all. Between the Headset pillows. The orange is, oh yeah, they 2-sided, by the way. But I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday, and I'm out.